Hello all. How you guys doing tonight? Welcome to my live. So today we're going to be doing a door hanger. So before we get started, I just want to show you how the snowman cup turned out after we put the last coating of sealant on it. And like I told you before, when you sand down the glitter, it gets a dull color, but once you put the sealant back on for the final coat, it gets its shine back. So as you can see, so this will be one of our Dollar Days item as well. All right. So tonight, this will be the first Dollar Days raffle item. It's a gold door hanger. I use, if you can see that, the Deco Art metallic gold. It says it's champagne gold, as well as the folk art gold. I mixed the two together because this one was too dark and this one was too light, but when I mixed them together, they got the actual shade that I was looking for. So that's how I got the gold coloring that's on here. So the metallic inside the champagne gold makes it kind of sparkle a little, almost like if it has glitter. I don't know if you can tell from here or not. Okay. So this is just I think it's a 16-inch round. You can find these at Home Depot or Lowe's. The hanging that I have on the back, I just secured it with a staple gun. That's what I'll be using tonight. It's just some twine that I got from Walmart out of the craft section. And my staple gun. I would use hot glue or the wood glue for the hot glue gun, but it would when the temperature changes, the glue may loosen up. Sometimes it has a tendency of loosening up. So that's why I opted to use the staple gun versus hot glue. The flowers that I'm using, these are just some, these are almost like accent flowers. I got these from Michael's a while back. So these are just some flowers that I had. And all I did is cut each one from the joint with my wire cutter. So right now, I had a total of 4, but I'm only using 2 so far just to see how it looks. I did my bow already, and it's just a simple bow that I use with my wired ribbon. And I prefer using the wired ribbon with a craft like this because it tends to hold up a whole lot better. And you can shape it the way how you want. This is a plaid wide ribbon I got from Paper Mart. It's an online store. You can find this particular plaid ribbon right here if this is the one you want, or you can use whatever color ribbon you prefer. I've already cut out my letters or my words of what I'm going to use, and I have my transfer tape that I'm going to use to transfer my words. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with Blessed, because I want to get the right placement on this. Now with my transfer tape, I'm going to remove some of the stickiness off of the transfer tape so that it won't mess up my paint. So all you have to do is get like a towel or even on your paint or some cotton item or whatever, just to remove some of the tackiness off of it, so when you transfer it, it won't ruin your paint. Okay. So I want to make sure my board is in front of me centered. And I'm going to just, I can do your measurements if you too, but I think I've done this enough time where I can eyeball. I'm going to press the letters down. I'm not going to put too much pressure on the spaces that the letters are not. I'm just going to focus on my letters. You want to make sure that your paint is completely dry before doing this step, or it will not, you will mess up your paint job. If you don't remove some of the tack off the transfer tape, it will pull your color up in your letters as smooth as you would like it to. Okay. I'm going to apply on low. Okay. So I just applied a little heat to it so it can stick to the board. Okay. Now for my Simply. And I'm going to do the same steps. Okay. Now I want it to go not completely centered over Bless. I want the Simply to sit kind of in the crook of the letters, kind of off to the side. And again, I'm just going to focus on where I have my letters to make sure it's on. Just applying a little pressure. Okay. And if it lifts up, just go back and apply pressure in that spot. See, like that lifts up. And that just means to press down on that area a little more. On this particular craft, I can use the same transfer tape maybe 3 times depending on the details of the craft, of the letters that I'm using. Because remember, we took some of the tack away from it so that it won't stick completely to the board itself, but release the letters. And I'm gonna, same step again, apply some heat just to make sure that the letters adhere to the board. Okay. So here's what we have so far. All right. All right. Now for my bow. And this is a quick and simple one. So I just want to figure out where I want to place my bow. So I think I'm going to place it kind of like centered here. And I want both tails. And what I'm going to do to secure the bow is inside one of the loop. I'm going to staple it there. And then find that second back loop. You want to make sure you're using the back loop. And use the inside. I'm just going to do those two for right now. Why? Because I still need to add in my flowers. Now, if you're not a flower person, you can keep it really simple, like this. And it's still cute. But I like flowers. So I'm going to find my longer pieces because these are different lengths. So as you can see on here, you can see the different length of each flower stem. Okay. So I'm just going to get the longer piece. And I'm going to decide how far I want to go. Once I figure out the length, I can just snip some off to shorten it. Okay. And do the same on the other side. Get your placements of where you want it to go. Okay. And then just keep adding your flowers until you're done. So you can trim them to make them as short or as long as you would like. You can leave on as little or as much greenery that comes on the flower as you would like to. So you just want to make sure you do the same thing on both sides. Okay. So once you have your flowers in place, I'm going to go back with my staple gun and I'm going to get as close to the bowl as possible to secure my flowers. That way the bowl will help hide the staples. Okay. So once I have that completed, then I can fluff out my bowl. And just do the other side. Okay, just make sure all your pieces are secured. Once you're satisfied with that, then you can start playing with your bowl. fluffing them up. So what I just did is, because I wanted the tail to be a little shorter here, so what I did is I pushed and folded the tail over itself to make another loop, and just stapled here to secure it. And again, I'll do the same thing right here. To make a little ripple. So now I'm just going to secure the rest of my bow. And fluff it out. And you can just play with your bow until you get it to look just however you want it. And with the wire ribbon, you can how you want it to fall. That makes it easier to curl your ribbon. Okay. And there you have it. Making loops. Alright. This one has a wider, this is one of my Christmas ones from last year. I'm going to use this. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know if I'm going to do a Christmas wreath or what. But I figured this one would be easier for you to see. With a wire, you can curve you fixed it. That's why I like a wire bow ribbon to make my bows. So I just start with the loop and just decide how big, how small you want your loop. This one I'm going to do a small one. And I just gather the two ends as so. So I'm going to make a loop here, fold it over, okay, and I'm just going to gather the middle, and I'm going to twist my bow, my ribbon at the over the top and just gather it. And you want to try to make your loops the same size. Okay, and twist. So you just go back and forth. Okay, that's all you're doing. Twist and loop. They have what you call a bow bra and some other to help you make a bow. But I just prefer doing it the old-fashioned way. So mainly just decide you want your bow. The bigger the bow, the more loop you need. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Okay? Don't worry about how it looks right now. Because once you're finished, you're gonna just fan out the loops. Then you're just gonna take a few, just one of these floral wires. I don't know if you can see this. But you just take one of these floral wires. Now you can do your tail two ways. I'm just going to tie this off. So to do your tail, you can take, after you've cut your bow, equal loops on both sides, you can take your ribbon, gather it in the middle, and let it fall so you can decide on how long you want your tail, and just cut and secure with the floral wire. Or as I usually do, it's almost the same method. Big the bottom, just like so. Like if you're making something to hang, okay? Then I would cut it. Right at the back. Okay. Now you want it to be back and front. You want the two insides to be folded together. Okay. Once you put it together, and you want to take your wire ribbon and your floral wire, wrap it. I'm just going to wrap it a couple of times. Okay. So now your ribbon has a tail. I'm just going to twist the floral wire in the back. Take my wire cutter, snip it, and now I have my bow. Okay. Now, with your tail, just cut it. And there you have your two tails for your bow. Okay. Now, if you want the split cut in your bow, all you have to do is fold it together and cut on the bias. Okay, so you're going to cut diagonally. With this one, I think I want to just do a simple snip. And I'm just going to do a simple diagonal cut. Just start from the corner of your ribbon and cut straight up. After you've done that, then you could fan out your loops. And there you have your bow. Okay? So, this is the first item that's up for grabs. So if you like it or you're interested in it, you want to use it for a Christmas gift, I will post it on my page with the rest of the details to let you know how you can enter to win this. Okay? Thanks for joining me tonight. Hope everyone have a good night. Keep crafting. Have a good night.